Out of all of the thousands of gods, how do people know their God is the one that exists? They can't know, so they settle for belief. That's called faith. Faith, it's confidence in belief, not a measurable fact. I honestly believe most people do not ask this question. They get raised in a faith tradition, grow up believing it, and as adults, if they deeply ponder their religion, they work backward from their conclusion that it is true. People don't know they exist, they can completely believe they exist. Though, it's basically just your environment growing up that determines it. Indoctrination from the time of birth. They don't. No one has verified the existence of a God. Faith is the only thing there is. Fuck me, Sam. What are the odds that of history's endless parade of gods that the God you just happen to be taught to believe in is the actual God, and he digs on healing? But not the AIDS-ridden African nations, nor the victims of the plague, nor the flood-addled Asians, but healthy, privately insured Australians with common and curable lens degeneration. The Bible implies the existence of deities worshipped in non-Abrahamic religions, but it regards them as demons or fallen angels who are masquerading as the true God, because someone told them it was. They're all the same. They're all different ways of supporting pretty much the same thing, smiley face. They don't. We can't know anything about the supernatural, so we're left with faith. Early indoctrination. They don't, but fear makes them believe. And you only know what you're taught at a young age. Kids forced to believe that their God is real and almighty, and if you don't believe, then you're going to hell. Extremism is in every religion, but you don't need some made-up story to live by. Just be a good human and don't be a cockhead. Why just one? Why don't they all exist? God says so. Here's the secret. They don't know. It's just as possible that their belief is completely wrong. If my guy's story was fabricated, then the people who fabricated it would know he didn't raise from the dead, since they're the ones who fabricated the story. If they knowingly fabricated the story, then they also allowed themselves to risk persecution from both the Jewish and Roman authorities. For no apparent reason. They had nothing to gain, and we have historical records of my guy and some of followers being killed. A huge one people are missing here is confirmation bias. Most people have some sort of spiritual experience in their life because it's a thing our brains can do. There have even been experiments where they induced these experiences in a lab. So say you have one of these while believing only God could induce such a thing. Then surely he is real and you are following him appropriately. And religions are a huge community that you are a part of. And you spend a lot of time doing charitable works. Something that seems so good and right and pure surely must be God's own making. Yes, it comes down to faith. But when that faith is strong, it becomes attributed to all the good things in your life, so surely it must be faith based on truth. And if you are lucky enough to have the real God on your side, you can only feel sad for those that have been misled into worshiping false idols, and try your best to make them see the light and convert them to God's real church. The majority of religions are polytheistic and believe multiple gods. The Abrahamic religions are the ones that are notably monotheistic. For example, I'm Wiccan and believe that all of humans' deities are interpretations of a universal energy force. Ultimately, it is a belief though, and isn't something that can be proven.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.